Yo, what is good, my anime people? What is good, yo? Guys, we are in some really weird times right now. And by weird times, I just mean we are getting some shows that definitely have some questionable actions lately. But with this week's show, our boy Orphen is not the smartest, but at the same time, he is very compassionate and clearly cares a ridiculous amount for his friend. And seeing this just goes to give like a little bit more of like reasoning why people be like giving up so quickly and stuff in shows that it might not be for the best. Like just because you think you're doing something that's going to be helpful doesn't mean it's actually helpful, right? Like, doesn't mean you might just be ruining something in the future that you don't even notice because you thought you were being helpful, right? So, one of those things this week is the fact that a girl is turned into a dragon in this show, and every single person that she's known besides one person actually pretty much tries to murder her. Um, and the reason why is because she's a threat, right? Or if she wasn't a threat, I don't think they would really care about her flying around and stuff. And they would probably try to just tame her and keep it under wraps. But no, they're just trying to actually blow her out of the sky and destroy her because she has turned into this dragon. So, with that being said, with them all building up to do their magical attack, which they've done multiple times now, to just have it stopped by one of her, if not her best friend, but one of her friends, and this man then leaving the sorcerers to pretty much do everything in his power to get her back, to bring her to a position where he can actually, take care of her and try to figure out what the heck happened and maybe reverse the spell, stuff like that, while other people of this same Tower of Fangs is hunting her down, trying to make sure that she just does not exist anymore, that she is not a threat slash problem anymore. So these are the types of things that give you the understanding of where and how grim things are. Just for the guy who's actually trying to stop a rampaging dragon that has no supposed rules on where it can and can't go, and he's over there stopping people who are trying to stop it. So he's already lost out pretty much on the people who he's grown up with in the case of like the sorcerers and stuff like that. So I think that's where he adopts the name Orphen for the reason of just being someone who pretty much chose to make himself an orphan when he had so many people that were practically his family, but maybe not wanting anything to do with these people, seeing how um, this place that they're in is the main reason why she turned into this dragon in the first place. We see the sword was some type of experiment that she was supposed to, uh, I guess, chant. She chants something, and with the magic, like, like symbols. That's what I was looking for. Popping up, it turns this into like a we don't know where this is going, but this isn't good situation really quick. And because of this, we see her transform after she's already had her hands pretty much transformed first, because that's what she was, using to chant. She had her hands out, and the magic went straight into her hands first and foremost, and started making its way through her body. Um, but we don't know why the Grand Master or like the Master was knocked out. laid out, not doing anything, how she could have like did that to him if he's supposed to be the master and stronger than them. So clearly the dragon power might amplify you, even while you're in a human form, higher than what you're already capable of, just by her being able to knock out the master, or unless it was the sword itself while it was trying to take over her body and do the magic. Maybe some barrier came over and it while he was trying to stop it, it stopped him. I don't know. That's left up to interpretation. But what we do know is he is out there with all of his students and all the other people from the tower to take out this dragon, right? Like we do know for a fact that that is happening. So it's these types of things that are going to probably be answered either next week or the coming weeks of just, who all is out there hunting her down, why this experiment even exists in the first place, and why did this sword end up all the way somewhere else in someone else's possession when it never was taken by the dragon in the first act, and then it gets taken by the dragon in this final act of the show. So it's these types of things that you should be relatively looking into and thinking about, because this same sword was the reason why this woman is on a rampage, and for some reason we come to find the sword in a brand new town that our dropout sorcerer has adopted, or at least like randomly has gone to. And can I just be the first one to say that I'm not looking forward to the kids being in this show, all like if they're part of the show the whole time. The two kids that were giving him a hard time all this whole time. I'm not looking forward to that. I'm sorry. Like if they're in the show full time, eh, I'm kind of over it already. Um, but if they aren't, and they just show up here and there, I'm down for that. I'm looking at, yeah, so the kids pretty much set up a situation where he gets to meet these nobles that have possession of the sword, where he was trying to pretty much get married off to one of these girls in the kingdom. Well, the kids were trying to marry off this guy into the kingdom, so then he would have, the adherence and all that stuff of the nobles and be able to do whatever the heck he wants with that money. Seeing how the kids are very, very broke, that would sound like a really good life, and then they could just hassle him. They can blackmail him and be like, hey, remember how you didn't even know this girl and we're the reason why you got with her? Yeah, you owe us money. That's what I'm guessing he had set up. Like, you don't just try to get someone married off and rich to just then not get any profit out of it if you're this kind of kid that he is. So, uh, yeah, I'm guessing he's going to be in the show a lot. He seems like the person that needs to cause trouble for the main character to kind of find out some information about maybe people who have non-shady motives, but at the same time are just really good at hiding that shady motive. So we'll see how all this pops off. I'm interested. I think the show did very well this first episode. It did feel like the whole entire like past and how things popped off was pretty quick and just like done within an instance. I kind of want to say, like, not much information came out of it besides that our our sorcerer, is capable of stopping magic of, six sorcerers all casting simultaneously and shooting in one area. He can cast something that is after they've cast, so they have all shot. He then casts after them, and his catches up and stops them from even reaching the dragon. So that's the type of power he's already kind of been showcased to have, and it's a good way to start the show. We don't know too much about how broken he is. He can repair stuff. He can heal people. He can also just, cast damaging magic. So he got a little bit of everything when it comes to magic, not just full on attack and not full on just healing. He's very capable of handling things in his own way. So I look forward to hearing what you guys are thinking about this show, if it's something you are interested in from this episode, or if it's something you didn't really care for, and it's something you might not even watch at the end of the day. But all that being said, everybody, Have an awesome day, night, evening, whatever the case may be when you're watching this. I am your boy, the Anime G, and I definitely look forward to hearing from you in the comments or in a future video. So with that, peace.